Hey, what's up? I'm Mark Terribellini, and in this video I'm going to be fixing my shower. So the last few weeks I've been having an issue with the diverter, and what that is basically you turn on the water and it goes through the downspout, and this is a tub here, a tub shower combo. And when I turn the diverter, it's supposed to shoot the water up out the shower head. But what's happening is like I turn the knob to go up to the shower head, and it only partially does it. So I have a lot of water still coming out of the spout and out of the shower head. So it's not really working very well for the shower. So I'll go ahead and show you how it's working here. So basically, you know, I turn on the water and then I go to the shower. So the shower head's working, but I have a lot of water coming out here. And it's also actually leaking here too. I gotta fix those as well. But right now I'm gonna focus on the diverter. So basically what's happening is there's a seal in there and it's not sealing properly. So I have water coming out of both the spout and the shower head up above. So going to attempt to replace that today. Hopefully they have the part at the local hardware store. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you how I'm gonna go about fixing this. Okay, first I need to get this handle part off here. So I need to get to it. And so you can see there's a little cap right here. This one actually fell off. You can see there's a Phillips right there. So I'm gonna have to get this little cap off, and I've got a really sharp putty knife here. I'm gonna try and sneak in there and pry this out, just like that. Put that off to the side. And then I'm going to take a Phillips screwdriver and loosen this. Also, just to give you a heads up, so the way this works is the water comes in to both hot and cold, and when you turn on these handles, it goes to the middle, and from there it diverts it either down or up. So you technically do not need to turn the water off if you're replacing the diverter, because there's no water in this line right now, as long as the water is off, which it is. So just to give you a heads up, so I'm going to go ahead and remove this and see what we got in here. Also be careful, you might want to put a towel down so you don't lose any screws down the drain, which I think I might go ahead and do real quick just to be safe. Okay, so I took the screw out of here, and it's supposed to just slide right off. But the problem is there's a lot of calcium and buildup and things in there. And so it's really, really difficult to get off. I've been trying to work on it for a little while. And what I think I'm gonna do is kind of wiggle it back and forth a little bit. So I grabbed a rag. And what I'm gonna do is just kind of like get my hand behind there and kind of like just go back and forth until I can get this thing to come off. It's going to take, you know, it could take a number of minutes. Okay, I finally got it off. You can see there's a lot of buildup in there. It was, you know, pretty kind of crusty in there and did not come off easily. But a couple minutes of wiggling it back and forth, it did come off. And so at this point, I'm going to unscrew this guy. So I was actually starting to unscrew this, which I did not want it to do. So be aware of that. I just took some pliers, held on to it to get this to unscrew without unscrewing this. So be aware of that. Now basically what I need to do is get this whole stem out. And there's not quite enough meat sticking out for me to get it with this wrench. So I'm going to have to get a special tool that basically slides over this and goes in and then unscrews this and kind of then go from there. So I'll be back in a minute. Okay, so I've got a shower valve socket set here, and I'm going to try and figure out which one of these is going to fit this guy, and we will unscrew it. Let's see. That could maybe work. Let's see. Yeah, I think that'll work right there. Comes with this little part here. Just stick it through there. You can also get a screwdriver. And it comes right out. Just unscrew it all the way. That comes right out. Now, if you're going to the store and you need to pick up that socket wrench set, be sure to also pick up this guy here. And this is a seat wrench. So basically, when you order or when you pick up a new part here, it's going to come with a new seat, and that is back in the wall, back in there. So you have to get one of these tools, you know, and stick it in there and unscrew it, and then be able to put the new one back in there. So make sure to pick up a seat wrench so you can do the whole installation. So at this point, the diverter is removed, and I can see there's some buildup, and you know, this is just old. The washer's pretty shot, so I don't think it was working very well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this to the hardware store, and I'm going to see if I can find a replacement in stock, and we'll get this fixed up. All right, so I'm back from the hardware store, and I believe I found a perfect match. So basically, right here, I had to go in there and find a catalog, and it had all the different brands and all the different parts for diverters and stems for the hot and cold. And basically, I just had to go in there, find the brand. This is Price Pfister here. So I just found that brand, found the diverter, and then tried to match up the length. They're all true to size in the catalog. So I could just hold it up next to the picture and then make sure all the parts were, you know, the same. And this is basically just about a match. So I'm going to go ahead and give this one a shot here. It should work just fine. So first of all, this did come with a new seat. So basically, when you turn this, see how it moves out? And that's going to basically push into the seat and seal things off. Now, when you install this, you want to make sure this is all the way back. You don't want to be installing it, you know, flush against the seat, because that could kind of like mess up the washer here. So make sure this is all the way back before you install it. But first, we need to go ahead and remove the seat that is currently in there. And it's all the way back in there. So I'm going to go ahead and try and remove this here. And you want to be careful not to, oh, there it goes. You want to be careful not to try and drop it back in the wall. So I'll do my best here. So. Yeah, there's a lot of junk in there. There's like broken seals, broken plastic seals from the old diverter that are in there, and that's probably why I was having problems with the water not diverting properly. So this may be a little challenging to get out. There it is. Okay, I'm gonna try and hopefully not drop this behind the wall. gonna go ahead and grab a screwdriver or something and see if I can grab that out. So I got a screwdriver. There we go. So here is the old diverter. It's very filled with calcium and pretty shot. So set that one aside, and we're gonna go ahead and take the new one. And I'm gonna go ahead and grab a paper towel and kind of wipe it down in there to get rid of all the calcium buildup and broken seals, and try and clean that out as best I can. Okay, so I got a paper towel. Just gonna try and clean out as best I can in there. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and try and install this new seat. Be very careful when you're installing it not to drop it in behind the wall. So I'm gonna go ahead and try and get this screwed in here. And it seems like it's screwing in all right. Make sure it's nice and snug. Don't overdo it, but make sure it's nice and snug. I think that should do it. So I have the new seat in there, ready to go. Make sure it's nice and snug. Okay. At this point, I'm going to screw in the new diverter. And like I said, make sure that this is set all the way back, like so, before I put it in there. And then we're just going to put it in. I'm going to grab the valve key here, and we're going to cinch it up nice and tight here. Obviously don't over tighten it, but you want to be nice and snug. Okay, one more cinch here. Okay, so that should do it. I'm going to go ahead and grab this guy here, and this will basically, a couple things here. So in order for this to come on, you have to take this little plastic piece that I took off the old one, and this basically screws on right into there. Just like so. So then you can screw this on. Just like that. Then take the handle here. I'm going to kind of put it on there. Yeah, just like that. And then finish off with a screw. Okay, that should do it. I'm going to go ahead and test it here and see how we did. Okay, I'm going to turn on the water. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and switch it over to the shower here and see how it works. And look at that. It's barely dripping at all. And the shower is nice and full pressure. So that's how you replace your shower valve. It's not too difficult. You just need to find the right parts and just, pull them out, put them back, put in the new one, and it's good to go. It's pretty easy really. So if you like this content, be sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.